If you drive an electric car in North Carolina, it just got easier to charge up in eastern North Carolina. New EV charging stations are up and running in Rocky Mount. WRL's Heidi Kirk attended a ribbon-cutting ceremony today for the first city-owned EV chargers that can make your trip up and down Highway 64 somewhat easier.
There's a lot of incentives here in the state of North Carolina for you to get an electric vehicle, especially with new charging stations popping up like the two here in Rocky Mount that are the first city-owned. But there's still some limitations here. Driving this hybrid EV to Edgecombe Community College's downtown campus just got easier.
To be able to come here to campus and be able to charge it is like a game changer.
It's the first time Community College President Gregory McLeod is able to drive to work with confidence that he can charge up with that infrastructure in place.
I'm not really worried like I was initially when we were first researching vehicles and thinking about it. It's there and it's growing.
Today's ribbon cutting for these two new charging stations means more freedom for people like McLeod. In Rocky Mount, there are now 11 charging stations, but if you look closely, you'll see only 2 of them are level 3, otherwise known as DC fast chargers. Our 5 on Your Side team took a look at the difference between all 3 EV charging levels last summer, finding there's a big difference between level 1 and 3. If you're on a road trip down Highway 64 to the coast, it'll take you several hours to charge, unless you stop at one of these 2 DC fast chargers along the way.
That's one of the things across the United States that's a problem, is that the number of vehicles that are growing, but the infrastructure is not keeping up with it.
The city of Rocky Mount says it's doing its part to expand the infrastructure in eastern North Carolina.
We have room to expand, so as the demand for that grows and as more residents buy vehicles, we have the ability to expand the number of stations that we have at this location.
Heidi Kirk, WRL News, Rocky Mount.
We asked the city of Rocky Mount if there will be any DC fast charging stations installed in the future. They told us that there's already one in the budget and it's expected to be installed at the Downtown Event Center before the end of the fiscal year in June.